Zap English, listening.
Level 2, Unit 11. Things in the house.
This Real English Listening podcast accompanies the ebook that you can download at zapenglish.com.
In this unit, we're thinking about things in the house, and so you're going to develop your listening skills as well as reviewing some vocabulary on the topic. Listening Task 1. Listen to Nicholas and Ronnie describing rooms. Which things do you hear either of them talk about? Size? Cost? Who they live with? Beds.
My room here where I live in Thailand is it's a studio apartment, so it kind of has everything that you need right in the single room, but it doesn't have multiple rooms. When you first walk in, there's a bathroom on the right. It's very basic, has the toilet and a shower, kind of all in one room together, not really separated. And then I think a queen-size bed, and then I have a little kind of a throw cushion on the ground to sit on, and a desk or two to write on. And whether it's my home here or in the States or wherever I go, I never have a TV. So the place that we have now has a TV, but it's tucked underneath one of the dressers. The last place I lived in America was in Central California. I was surrounded by almond orchards, so it was a very rural area, very quiet, so it was also very inexpensive. So we had a very, very, very big room. It was about 450 square feet.
Wow.
The room was about 3 times the size of just our little studio here, and it was in a big 5-bedroom house, and it was very, very big. So that one had kind of like a living space connected to the bedroom, and then we lived on a lake, so it had these big windows, which was very pretty. Then it had the master bathroom connected to that with a jacuzzi bathtub and those kind of things, and then a walk-in closet. So it was very different from what I have now, but I actually appreciate what I have now in a different way. But that one also did not have a TV. It had a bed, a dresser, a desk in the corner, and then kind of a day lounge bed in the living space. And then in the closet we had a little chair, and all the clothes were hanging up alongside of that. And some pictures on the wall. Also in the one that we have now, we have a couple pictures of our family and some of the things that we've collected from around Thailand up on the dresser or maybe up on the walls. Yeah.
My bedroom isn't quite as big as I would like, and but it's cozy and it's very personal in that everything has been carefully chosen in the sense of the colors that are in there, and there's a very irregular wall, so it's not a perfect rectangle at all, and the irregular wall adds interest to the room architecturally. But when I moved to Thailand, I decided to, for some reason, buy a single bed because everything else looked very big and they didn't have what we in America call a double bed. So I would like a little bigger bed and a little bigger bedroom to put it in. But I'm quite happy with what my bedroom contains, as well as some photos of my family, now long deceased. So it's my little personal room.
Listening Task 1. Answers. Let's see if you heard some of the things they talked about. Did anyone talk about the size of the rooms? Yes, they both did. Did anyone talk about cost? Yes. Nicholas says his house in America was inexpensive. Did anyone talk about who they live with? No. Did anyone talk about beds? Yes, they both did. Nicholas told us he has a queen-size bed in Thailand, and Ronnie said she has a single bed. Listening task 2. Now listen to Sandra describing her kitchen. Is it big or small?
I'm living in Chiang Mai, Thailand right now, and a kitchen is a thing that a lot of people don't have because it is so inexpensive to eat out. The food is good, it's cooked fresh, you don't get sick from it, and it's probably cheaper to eat out than it is to buy your own food. But I like to cook, so I have in my own little house I rent now a half a kitchen, I guess you would call it. Most places are furnished with a refrigerator, maybe so you can take home leftovers. I have a microwave and I have a hot plate so I can cook one thing on at a time. And so I can do quite well with this when I do cook. It's very tiny and the sink is low because I guess ties are so short or something. And it just has one cupboard with where I can keep dishes, and I have my hot plate on top of it. So if I really get into cooking, I've got things spread all over, pans and it's if I have dirty dishes, I have to find places to put them. I'm pretty good at just kind of shoving things around and piling it up and moving it around. But it's not a big, fancy, beautiful, beautiful kitchen like you see in magazines. It's really tiny and sparse.
Listening task 2. Answers. Is Sandra's kitchen in Thailand big or small? Small. Listening task 3. What's your favourite room in your house? Why? Now listen to a conversation where people talk about their favourite rooms. Do they like the same room best, or are their favourite rooms different?
Well, we're outside at the moment in the park, not inside, but I know that you have just moved house.
We have,
And
yes.
so we're thinking about houses and rooms in houses. What is or what was your favourite room?
Well, my favourite room in our new flat is the lounge because it has the most wonderfully comfortable sofa and it also gets the sunshine all day.
Oh, lovely
And it's
bright.
very bright and it just has a lovely feel to it, this room.
There's a big tree directly outside the big windows as well.
And it has a balcony.
Oh, lovely, yeah. Is it big or small or?
It's not enormous, but it's a nice size. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Alec? What? Same room in this house?
Yeah, in this flat, it's the same room. I have a small problem with our bedroom because
Oh, really?
The bed and the whole room is exactly the length of me.
Oh, I see.
So my feet touch one wall when I'm in bed and my head touches the other. So it's a bit smaller than I'm used to, but it's manageable.
Yeah. So the bedroom's definitely not your favourite room in the new house.
Yeah.
In general, what room do you prefer to be in the house? In general, when you're living.
Well, in the past, always liked to spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
And at parties, I always seem to find myself in the kitchen also.
Yeah.
Because that's where the drinks are, probably. But in this new flat, unfortunately, the kitchen is very, very tiny. So we spend as little time as possible in there.
Yeah.
Normally, my favourite room is my studio, my music studio, which I don't have at the moment. But our last house in England, I had an entire room that was my music studio, and it was very pleasant in there.
I think it's about, like you said, the kitchen. I guess because you like cooking, maybe.
Yeah, and sometimes
so,
a kitchen can really feel like the heart of a house, can't
definitely.
it, as well?
Yeah, I like the lounge also because I also like to lie about on the sofa and. Yeah, and also it's the brightest, same as you in my flat. We're only on the first floor, so the lounge gets most of the light.
Do you have a balcony as well?
We do, but it's usually balconies are open, aren't they? But this one is actually, it's got windows, so you're not in the open air.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of good because it keeps the house nice and warm.
Yeah.
But I do miss that outside space when you can go out of the house onto the balcony and just breathe the fresh air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like my apartment. You happy with your new house in general?
Yes. Yeah.
Listening task 3. Answers. So, did any of us mention liking the same room in our houses now? Yes, I like the lounge best, and so does Kim. So you've heard 6 different people talking about houses and things in the house. Well done. That's a lot of good listening practice.
Remember, there are some extra tasks to help develop your listening in the accompanying ebook from zappinglish.com. Thank you for listening. Bye.